Welcome to the Third Win channel. Today we're going to talk about I Faked It, the upcoming episode of the iCarly revival. We're going to look at some details, pictures, and descriptions of the episode, and then make some predictions about what might go down. Let's get into it. The synopsis for the episode is, when Carly is the victim of a deepfake, she finds herself the unwilling spokesperson for a brand of nasty vegan pasta. Spencer, Freddie, and Millicent help her track down the culprit behind the evil operation. What I immediately reacted to when reading that summary is that it looks like it'll just be one plotline in this episode, which is really exciting. Also notice how the only character not mentioned is Harper, so what will she be doing in this episode? Which leads me into the official preview pictures we have for this episode, which don't feature Harper. I have an idea for what Harper might be doing in this episode, but I will get back to that when we get to the predictions portion of this preview. But moving on, Carly is the victim of some pretty intense deepfaking, and I'd like to mention that I think it's really great how the revival is taking on these modern internet topics, staying ahead of the curve like the original did at the time. Last episode we saw some pretty advanced animatronic AI, and now we're seeing deepfakes. The one doing these deepfakes is a mystery though, and in this episode the iCarly gang are trying to find out who came up with this devious plan. Not only is this person causing Carly harm, but also they're making people pay and eat for bad food. Pretty evil. Now it's no secret who the culprit is, as we have some official pictures and teases for the episode, and we probably didn't even need them to predict that it is, of course, Neville Paperman. This evil plan has a budget, requires some tech savviness, and above all is pretty devious, so it all makes sense. I should also add that this episode is the third episode to be directed by Nathan Kress, and his previous episodes were I Can Fix It Myself and I Build a Team, two pretty pivotal episodes in their respective seasons, and I'm excited to see how he will direct a single plotline episode. Now lastly, before I get into my predictions for the episode, let's take a closer look at these preview pictures. Here we can see that the fake brand that Carly is printed on is called Taste Famiglia, and I believe Famiglia is Italian for family, so the brand is called Tastes Family. Not very flattering. We can see why this has landed Carly in hot water. It looks like it's a really well done ad campaign, and it has endorsed by Carly Shay plastered all over it. Our second picture of the three worth mentioning is this one, where we see Prunella with a life-size cutout of Carly, and she has a suitcase. So clearly she's on the move. But what I thought I would try is zoom in on this paper Prunella is holding, and we can actually read what it says. And it says, "Here's a wedding gift to keep things spicy. Do not contact me. Signed, Carly Shay." So it seems like Neville and Prunella are found out, and of course Carly always prevails over Neville in the end. If we go to this third picture, it does seem like Neville and Prunella are enjoying a nice afternoon together. Perhaps they're finally getting around to their honeymoon trip, and that's why we saw the suitcase and why Carly mentioned a wedding gift. Alright, that's the preview for this week's episode. Let's briefly talk about predictions now. What's going to happen in this episode? First of all, no subplot and seemingly no Harper. My guess, Harper is on an off-camera date or expedition with Tinsley. Seems like they're going to build that relationship further, and there probably wasn't enough time to do that on camera in this jam-packed season. As for our plotline this episode, I'm having problems figuring out one detail. Why does Neville want to sabotage Carly? Lifelong rivalry and hatred? Probably, but they did leave off on a pretty good note in iRobot Wedding, and Neville's life is going seemingly well now, so what has pushed him to do this? I guess he probably still has some resentment towards Carly, but do you guys have any better theories? Let me know. Otherwise, and I think this is pretty obvious, but I do think Carly will prevail over Neville here, and I think we'll see some pretty powerful teamwork in our new couple, Carly and Freddie. Maybe in the final scene we can see Prunella and Carly stand off, and then Neville and Freddie as well. Like, these two couples will have a social joust. Fun concept potentially. That's all for this preview and predictions. Let me know if I missed anything. I'll pin the comment if I did, and let me know your predictions and feelings for this upcoming episode. That's it for now. I'll see you in the review.